My Lords, a lot of today's speeches have been on abortion, which is weird in a bill boasting its aim is to make our streets safer. Just to note that I support Clause 191's aim of disapplying the criminal law for women acting in relation to their own pregnancies. But I don't think this bill was the right vehicle for such an important law change, and I've got some sympathy with the public backlash about a lack of debate on the issue. But you can see how it happened. The bill is so disparate and unfocused that even the government keeps adding to it. Ministers introduced 90 amendments, 66 new clauses and 4 new schedules at committee and report stage at the other place, and apparently there's more to come here. But where does that leave us, all this chopping and changing, leave us here? Recent tensions over our scrutinising role has led to the accusations of filibustering and time wasting. But how can we keep on top of what the government intends when it's so scattergun and expansive? As the noble Lord Garnier explained so well, the bill, to me, exemplifies the trend of excessive lawmaking as a substitute for enforcing laws that we already have. We've heard a lot today about the bill creating a specific offence of assaulting retail workers. Well, call me old-fashioned, but I've always been opposed to assaulting retail workers. As far as I knew, it was against the law. Now we are creating a new law that avoids crucial questions. Why has there been a shocking increase in attacks on shop workers, often accompanied by mass shoplifting, and why have this not been dealt with by the police? Inevitably, other workers say, what about us? For example, in an unlikely outbreak of consensus, the RMT, National Rail and the Rail Delivery Group are united in demanding that there should be a specific offence of assaulting or abusing transport workers. And to counter lots more special pleading, perhaps the government should use its energy in ensuring that assault laws lead to prosecutions. Another worry, the public's civil liberties and free speech are being carelessly jeopardised by this trend of criminalising ever more aspects of everyday life. For example, in relation to Clause 118, the Joint Committee on Human Rights warns that criminalising all forms of identity concealment could unjustifiably interfere in the right to protest. Yet again, the police already have powers to require individuals to remove such face coverings. Maybe the government should investigate why the police don't use that power when, for example, dealing with pro-Palestinian marchers chanting Jew hatred behind their keffiyehs and balaclavas. No, far easier to ban all face coverings instead. But as Big Brother Watch notes, there are many law-abiding individuals who might want to conceal their identities on demos. Topically, why do we think Hong Kong dissidents cover their faces on protests? Hint, their own authoritarian government agents are watching. And these proposals are made against a backdrop of other attacks on privacy, from facial recognition technology to digital ID. Then there's Clause 4, which many civil libertarians are concerned about. Firstly, those much vaunted respect orders. It seems the epitome of technocratic governance, by the way, to imagine you can tackle the breakdown of social respect so well described by the noble lady Baroness Stowell by creating a new civil order called a respect order. Respect orders are almost a duplicate of the overused and discredited and ineffective antisocial behaviour injunctions, which will continue, but respect orders will have criminal sanctions up to 2 years in prison, which only use the lower civil standard of proof, and recipients won't even be told when they are put on an order. Meanwhile, the proposed increases in penalties for breaching the misnamed public space protection orders and CPNs from £100 to £500 is petty punitive, but outrageously, they're predominantly issued by private enforcement agencies who are paid by the state per fine. I'm afraid too much of this bill will continue this trend of eroding our everyday liberties, and I will be working with groups like Manifesto Club and Justice to ensure that actually we should focus on keeping our streets safe, but what's not safe with this bill is our civil liberties and our free speech.